Hi, this is Troy, creativedatascientist.net, and having a poor start actually to the first data science meeting for the data scientist study, but I'm hoping to rectify and see if we can get other people to come in, but if not, I'll just maybe crop the beginning of this video as needed, and give it a few more seconds for other people to join in before I get into it. So I have contacted with Ramesh Theravajin and Robbins Laser, as well. Briefly saw Alok. I briefly saw also John Marsh. And we have someone.
Hi, Troy.
Hi. Hi, Ramesh. You're here.
Hi, it's me.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah. You're all right.
Okay.
You're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
Thanks. Yeah.
tricky the first
Wonderful.
one. I've done this before, but I haven't
Yeah.
had this much trouble getting it all
Yeah.
sorted.
I'm using my Android.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's kind of fast. Yeah.
excellent. So I'm just trying
Yeah.
to get a hold of Robbins and a few other people that I know are out there. I started the Hangout, as you probably saw, but needed to stop it. But when I
Yeah.
stopped it, I
Sure.
couldn't start it again. So I needed to create a
Right.
new one. But what we'll do is just see
Yep.
if,
That's right.
if you can be a little bit more patient, and thank you for your patience so far. I'm just going to email a few invitations out to this
Yep.
right spot, and we'll see how far we get with that. So just going to need to restart this. Let's see if I can actually join my own. No. Okay.
It's about 10 people. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some replies, some good replies to join in the event, but something must have gone wrong with the invitations to this particular hangout. So I've just actually joined again and sharing my screen so we can see a data scientist in action here.
That's right.
To rectify problems like this. But what I'm going to do is just grab this and here's the button we want, and to have a list, let's go to so as you know, we used Eventbrite for booking this event and setting it up for people to come through, and we got 22 tickets sold. They were all free tickets. One style was for the hangout itself, and these are the people who said they would come to the hangout, and the other public access was the public live stream. So what we can do, if you're not familiar with Eventbrite, which I wasn't until recently, can export the users in this way that have actually replied and bought your tickets, and you can grab their emails here. And what I'm going to be doing is inviting them back over to this so that we can drop me. And is that you there, Rakesh? Are you still there? I think we've lost him. I'll leave that one there as well. And this is quiet invitation. Quiet invitations won't ring and interrupt us. No, we want loud invitations. I'm inviting everyone else in again, and we'll just be patient and wait a couple of minutes. And if we don't, Ramesh is back.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be starting in a few minutes. I just sent through another invitation to all those that were good enough to spend the time to sign up and register. So
Yeah.
we'll see if they pop in, but in the meantime, I'll just get started and go through the details of, you know, why we're all here. And this is being recorded and streaming live. Oh, great, we've got Robbins coming in. Hi, Robbins, can you hear us? Robbins might have his mic and sound muted, but I can hear you, Robbins. It sounds like a robot. Right. Might be a bandwidth issue there. You're coming in very broken.
Yeah, it's the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bandwidth. Yeah.
So I'll just keep moving through. We've got Ramesh on the line, and Robbins is after. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, he's gone.
Hi, audience. All right.
But what I'll do is just get straight into it, and we'll see what comes out at the end. It is being, as I said, it all is being recorded and straight to YouTube, so we can edit out the bad bits later, and
okay,
keep the good bits. So I did, leave 20 minutes, which I thought was going to be ample time for setting up and getting the technical difficulties sorted, but we're now on 35, and it's not that great. But part of the process of running this study will be investigating and using tools. Actually, the last experience I had with Google Hangouts went pretty seamlessly, and I was pretty happy with it, so I thought it wouldn't be as it has been for this one. But, you know, it is first one in a new group, and we all are just reaching out to each other for the first time. So we've got a little presentation that I'm going to run through, and kick it off. So what I'm actually doing, if you're sharing a screen on another computer, so what you'll need to do as users is click on the presentation view of, where's my button? That one. So if you click on the one that shows up as the data scientist study, which I'll do as well. and we're away. So the data scientist study I thought of as an idea as I was developing my career as a data scientist. Now, to give you a little bit of background, for those who don't know and haven't gone and read my story, which is all up on datascientist.net actually, and under the document there, which I've labeled the Data Science Intelligence Report,
Yeah.
is that I, was never really knew what I wanted to do, or never even knew what I was basically doing in life for a very long time. And I had a few skills and experiences under my belt, which included computers and science and biology and neuroscience, and I found myself working in a number of different areas in computer development, database management, and scientific research. And one day I was at a conference and I met a person who is now, a true mentor of mine. His name is Saeed Chadri, and Saeed Chadri worked for the Johns Hopkins University, and he still does, but he also advised and did some dealings with the National Science Foundation and the National Science Board. And from there, he undertook some knowledge about data science. So he became to know. That's right. These are the words I'm looking for. He learned about data science and the data scientist role, which the National Science Foundation reported about in 2005. Now, there's a great report, and I'll send out the details of that as we progress in later communications. But when I explained to him exactly what I did, I said I was a data manager, I said I was a computer programmer, I said I did computational research with sitting next to professors and other research specialists. He said to me, "You know what you are? You are a data scientist." And when he said those words, it really, something changed inside of me, and it was a profound experience, because at that moment I then felt like, yes, I have a purpose in life. I've found the thing I wanted to do. So that's why I have become, known as a data scientist. Then that night in the hotel room, I went and saw who had datascientist.com, .net, .org. No one had them. This was back in 2008. So I purchased them all and set up websites. And I also rebranded my company to be datascientist.net is the website, and I've got Data Scientist Pty Ltd. So, and from that, I've been quite introverted recently, not really doing much with the website, but just working with a number of clients and a number of long-lasting customers. Really love my job as a data scientist, helping NCI, the National Cancer Institute in the States, and we're running an Asia lymphoma study, or I'm helping run that Asia lymphoma study, and also working a lot with the universities here in Australia, QUT, which I'm in the offices at the moment, and Curtin University over in Perth, Monash University in Melbourne, and really starting to explore new areas with new countries, and going to places like Bahrain and Bhutan. Bhutan is a project. There's a project kicking off in Bhutan to help them with their gross national happiness, which, as we develop the study, I'm sure you'll get to learn more of as we have the weekly meetings and the progress updates. But this is how I came to think, you know, it was important to do a study on data science and data scientists as a role. And here we are today. And what I want to make this study is into the world's largest cohort study and longitudinal research on the role of data scientists. So thanks everyone who's shown interest so far, and Ramesh, thanks for being here and being able to share. So why, you know, I talked a little bit about why we need the study, but, you know, there's too many reasons really on my mind to go through, but, you know, there's some I've picked out which are, you know, just increasing the publicity of data science and the data scientist role. It is a challenging role, and I think because it's such in its infant state, those who choose the data scientist role, whether you're established or emerging in the field, really can play an impact on how it evolves and how it moves forward, and the publicity of that and what data science is and how to do it is a big factor. Also clarity, you know, getting clarity of what it is exactly. We can all work together in the study and start to share experience. And the community aspect, you know, just coming together and saying we are data scientists and we can support each other and just being part of that group, and to really evolve data science and the data scientist role to where we want it to be. So what it is, you know, and this is in my mind, and I'm going to be, you know, doing my best, and I guess the hangout is a testament towards it. It's just going to be a bunch of people hanging out. Really, that's all it's going to be, and we're going to be sharing tips about how we do our jobs and you know, what's fun, and we'll be reflecting. Whenever we can, we'll be reflecting personally on the things we've done during the day or in the last hour or even the last half hour, and we'll be coming together and reflecting together on what we did with our time. You know, what we'll also be doing is establishing a really valuable data asset, a data set that's going to hold true value, and the extent of that value is unknown at this point, but I truly believe that this is going to be of immense value to not only our personal level, but as a community of data scientists and ultimately the world globally. So how are we going to do it? We're just going to use the technology we have. And yes, there will be hiccups like the one we saw in starting this hangout. But, you know, this is what we are, the leaders of technology, and this is all part of the package. And we're just going to be relaxed and informal and fun about it. We're going to iterate and do it with agility. So we're going to be borrowing concepts of Scrum methodology and Agile methodology, the Agile manifesto, to come together and iterate through this project, through the study, and drive not only the tools we use and develop the tools that we are going to be utilizing to capture data, but also the research questions and the data aspects, and how we expand the study itself. And the BigTime tool, which I'll talk about a little bit more soon. Who's going to be involved? And it's really for all those who are passionate about data science. And we've got plans really to get some big names. We're not big names already, but you know, I'm just going to switch over to a browser. I was looking at DJ Patel in the White House article in Wired. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but DJ Patel, I haven't met him, but I've been watching his movements, and one day hope to talk to him as a data scientist to data scientists. But now, just recently, earlier in February, he has been made the first US Chief of Data Scientist for the White House. And check out that Wired magazine article for more details. So we want to get some big names, and we also want to start looking at different countries and different cultures of data science. And as I mentioned, starting to work with other countries such as Bahrain and Bhutan and Hong Kong. I haven't mentioned that, but just looking at it, you know, we've got about 190 countries in the world, and finding the top 10 in each of those countries would be an interesting aspect of the study. And initially, yeah, we're making this just for data scientists, and there is value in that, but I've written "but then" as a lead into where it could go. And these tools that we're using essentially have been developed for data scientists, and I believe data science, the nature of the data scientists will be more inclined to pick up the tool and use a tool like this, and also get value, see the immediate value of the tools that we're going to be using, seeing the immediate value of the study. However, it doesn't stop just with data science and data scientists. We could take the same application, the same process, and apply it to any other title, role, or industry, or any person that, you know, may want to get more insight and more balance in their life about where they spend their time. So the action for everyone out there who's watching and will watch this as time goes by is really just to come aboard the study and give it a chance, and not just sign up, but really participate in the meetings that we're going to have, and I'll go through the schedule in a minute. And if you can, spread the word. You know, others that are out there who are passionate about technology, are passionate about data, are passionate about finding a role that suits them, that they can do for the rest of their life. These are the people we're looking to bring on board, and if you know people like that, please spread the word. So that's the little presentation. So Ramesh, you have any questions?
Oh yeah, there's one question. I heard of Hadoop.
Yeah.
So what does it do actually besides MapReduce? I understand it's a platform, yeah?
Yeah.
For data science.
Well, I did a presentation on Hadoop. Actually, let me see. Oh, sorry, I got. Okay, I just diverted over to. Before I answer your question, I just looked at this. I saw this flashing from Robbins. He can hear us, and he said everything's good to go ahead. So thanks for that, Robbins. So your question about Hadoop, and I was just mentioning I was asked to present on Hadoop as a big data developer, and my work here at QUT actually had to do a fair bit of research and application into Hadoop. And basically, it's a distributed file system that enables users to work with massive amounts of data, massive amounts of files, that uses small amounts of distributed computing power. So did you have another question?
All right. as far as I understand, in data science, you need to develop algorithms, yeah?
Sure. So,
Yeah.
are you still talking about in the context of using Hadoop? Because as a distributed file system, there is some
Yes.
algorithms that are better suited for distributed use. But
Okay. Yeah.
what I presented when I did my presentation on Hadoop and big data solutions in Sydney, and I had an analogy of I told actually a story about a fisherman who wanted to capture big fish, but the ropes that they had were too small to actually use for the size of fish that they're about to, go after. I actually had a piece of rope with me, so it acted as a great visualization. And the problem and the solution he saw, the fisherman that is, of fixing up his rope so it was bigger and stronger, was to put another twine on the rope. And my particular rope I had 3 twines, and if you were to add 4, then it would become stronger, and therefore strong enough for the big fish that they were imaginary going after. So, but he had 100 meters of the twine or the rope, and one way to add the extra twine was to unravel all the rope and then put the 4th one in and ravel it all up. But if he had a magic sword that was able to cut the rope into 100 pieces and then distribute those 100 pieces over to workers, in the story it was quite interesting. I said there was a troop of mermaids that happened to be wandering by. So he distributed the 100 pieces to the mermaids, and then they worked concurrently to put the 4th strand in all the 100 pieces of rope, and then was able to magically join it back together. And that magic of cutting and joining basically was my analogy of the workings behind Hadoop.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
But to move on to your other question, to talk about algorithms and developing different ways of processing data, I like to refer to it as data modeling. So before you apply some sort of algorithm or computational process, the first step is really about modeling the data. So this draws upon skills and experiences such as database development, where you might develop up an entity diagram and say, yes, we've got a person and that person has a car, and the person can own the car, and the person can actually own multiple cars. You can use the car to drive from A to B, but we then have an object which is a location. And the process of data modeling is the first step before going ahead and attempting to map or digitize a process that might come into, whether it's a highly statistical computational algorithm or something simple like developing a shopping cart. But as a data scientist, yeah, these are the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. Work with tools like Hadoop,
Okay.
work with data
I'd like to ask
modeling.
something, yeah.
Yes? and before I get too far into answering all those questions, which we do have more time for at the end if need be.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to do a quick overview of who we've got actually on the study, and I've got you here, Ramesh, as your answers. So these are some of the participants, not all the participants who have signed up, but the ones who have put together information on the application process, which asks 3 simple questions to identify more about who we are, why we want to be a part of the study, and what our goals are. So this is you, is it, Ramesh? Can you see the screen? Oh, Ramesh is gone. But Ramesh, so to share our top goals, I think was something that I wanted to go through in this meetup. And as we have more and more meetups, we can, online hangouts, we can get to know each other a little better. And looking at goals is a great way to start, sharing and starting to learn about each other. So Ramesh's goals are currently to earn a good deal of money, and that's always a good place to start with a goal. And he's also talked about his family and have a decent family and to achieve it within 5 years. And I think that really sums up the essence of what we want to get out of this study and bring back to people like Ramesh is a balance between earning, as Ramesh puts it, a good deal of money, but also having balance in terms of being able to spend time with the family or, establish a family. I just got another message from John Marsh, who I'll see if I can get online with just sending a message. I hope you can all see. We're just about to finish up for this hangout, but let's see if we can get John recorded on this event. And Robin's got that message, and this may require a fair bit of editing, but I'll wait a few minutes for John. While we're doing that, I'm going to give a quick overview of the BigTime tool and also look at the schedule. So the BigTime tool will be a web app that you use on your smartphone, and we've got John. Hi John, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Ramesh is back.
Yeah, hi Troy.
Hi, I'm just going through the tool we'll be using, I'm not sure if that's going to be coming up. Okay, we've developed the BigTime data capture tool that is just a web app at the moment, and basically as you become part of the study, which I'll go to the schedule in a sec, just as in your day-to-day life, as what I do actually is before I go to use my iPhone in a way like checking my emails or similar approach, I just have a question: have I updated my BigTime? And if I haven't, I come into this app first before I check anything else, whether it be Facebook or my emails. And I just hit the BigTime button and choose a project. Now these projects, as I said, will make them the major goals in your life, whether it's your family or particular projects or even sleep. So I've got sleep there, and Project Charlie. So I select Project Charlie and say that I've spent 3 hours on that, and write a little description, really brief. Well, it can be up to you how much detail you want to put into it, but I'm just going to say, I did the project proposal, and that'll do, project proposed. And then that gives us a running graph of our current day, and the colors indicate different projects, and we can see the project key at the back. But that tool will kick off as we kick off the study, which I'm now going to share my screen on the other Hangout, which we're using a cool tool called Planio as a task management tool. And in here, we've actually got a project for the study. Now this is just a quick overview of the schedule that we're looking to run by, and we'll look at the Gantt chart here. So as we go through these teething stages of getting everyone together and getting the forms and getting the applications out, we've got a week and a half more of the initial participant recruitment, which thank you for everyone who's watching this and being able to join in. I apologize for the technical problems again, but as we move through that, we'll be coming to this point in about a week and a half, where we'll actually be kicking off the study, which is what we're calling the pilot study, which will run for 3 months. We'll be giving out access to the tool, the BigTime tool. You'll just be signing up and using it as you can. And we'll also, as we're running it, we'll be giving tips of how to use it, more tips on how to use it, more tips on goal setting and adding in those time management information for us to really see why we're doing it and the value of what the full value that the study can bring. So at the moment, a brief schedule. We're going to have meetings weekly for the first 4 weeks, and then run monthly or as required after that. So I'm going to finish it there. I think I've got a bit to do any questions, Ramesh?
Oh yeah, Troy. One last one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When you recruit data scientists, you are dealing with data more than 1 terabyte. Yeah?
Not really. Big data is a flexible term, and I know researchers who have had a big data problem because they've hit the limit of Excel, and the limit. I think, what's the Excel limit? It's only So it supports just over 1 million rows, and
Yeah.
with that 16,000 columns. So, but
Okay.
in
Wow.
terms of size of data, that's not many megabytes or gigabytes of data. So you can't really measure it in terms of terabytes or petabytes or gigabytes. It's really about the environment that you're in. And in my environment, working with health practitioners and cancer researchers, they have big data problems that are caused by the tools they're using. And if everyone's using Hadoop solutions, then the big data problems come at a different level. So
Okay.
data science and data scientists have been kind of tied in with the big data buzz
Data.
or
Yeah.
boom. But big data means a lot of things. It depends, different things, and it really depends on the environment you're in. So you can be a data scientist and work in gigabytes. You can be a data scientist and work in megabytes. It just
Okay.
is what environment you want to move into and excel at and support.
Literally is large amount of data. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, the world is getting vast amounts of data. We are really
Yeah.
seeing a data deluge that is unprecedented. And
Yeah.
being a data scientist
Exponent.
means you will more likely come across terabytes of data.
Yeah.
So yeah, big data is there. It doesn't define big data doesn't define data scientists, but what does is applying the latest technology, applying the available tools, analyzing the problem for the environment, for the users who want to gain value out of their current situation and step towards achieving a goal.
Yep. That's it.
So we're almost back on schedule, and yeah, I did go through a bit of that, and luckily it's all being broadcasted and recorded straight into YouTube, so we'll be able to push,
YouTube.
I'll be able to distribute this through to those who, for some, I'm not sure what happened with the invitations, were unable to join, but I think, that's pretty much the agenda.
Yeah. That's nice.
So thanks for
Saw
those.
your videos. Saw
What's
your
that?
videos on YouTube though. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll be making more
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the similar YouTube videos and more tips. I've been quite introverted lately and just been, heads down and doing the work. But
Yeah. Right.
with this study, it really is giving me a new spark of energy to pick up where we left off, and I'm really looking forward to developing this study as well as my career as a data scientist and sharing all that information back, and whether it's helpful to someone who's on the way, maybe following a similar path as me, then that's great. If I can help one person, then that's great. If I can help more, it's fantastic. So I'll just be honest and open and be following those fundamental principles that I wrote about, well, it was in 2008 when I first created this site, and that culture of the data scientists that I wrote up on that data scientist, and in the information in the professional data scientist intelligence report still holds true through these years that have passed. And if those things resonate with you, thank you for participating, thank you for listening to this, and thank you for your interest in being a part of the study. And if you've missed anything, please look back. I'll do a little bit of editing to cut out all of the weights and the silence, but we've got some great data, creating data all the time. So got someone talking. John Marsh. Okay, John Marsh says, sorry, his sound isn't working, but he'll pick up the information later. And yep, don't panic, everything's good. More information will be coming. Whether we start the study or not, we'll be working through it in an iterative and agile manner and overcoming any challenges along the way. So I'll finish it up there. Thanks so much, Ramesh. And thanks John. Thanks Robbins, who was here briefly. And Alok, I saw. Thanks Alok for jumping in and talking briefly. We'll try it again in a few weeks and see how we go. If it's been of value, please let others know, and talk to you again soon.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.